Hello viewers, this is Dow Too Fast here. Check out this F1 Style brake light I installed into the trailer hitch of this Nissan Pathfinder. As you can see, it looks really nice and it's very functional. It's connected so it turns on with parking light and it goes brighter when you press on the brake. Now the part itself is not very expensive, but it does require a little bit of modification to make it fit into the trailer hitch of this vehicle. So if you want to know how it's done, stay tuned. Here's a look at the F1 style brake light. Now this one I have here has the red lens. You can get one that has a clear lens with the red LED. Here's a look at the back. Also comes with the bracket that you can install and the screws. In the middle we have the wire that comes out. There are 3 wires, one for ground, one for constant on, and the third one is for strobe. Now one thing to know is that this unit is not waterproof. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this up. There are 3 screws at the back, and then I'm going to seal it up myself to make sure no water will get in. So let me show you how you would normally connect up to these 3 wires that you have here. One is ground, the middle one is a strobe, and the last wire is constant on. Now for this installation I will not be using the strobe function, but instead I'll be connecting to the 3rd wire, which gives me constant on. On the left side, you might notice I have a resistor and 2 diodes. The reason for having this is so I can turn this single brake light into a dual function brake light. And what I mean is when I turn on the parking light, it'll be in a dim mode, and when I press on the brake, it'll be in a brighter mode. And you can accomplish this by using 2 diodes and a resistor. Let me explain how you can connect both the parking light and the brake light onto one LED. So in this circuit, we have one side with 1 diode and a resistor. On the other side we have just the diode. You want to connect the parking light onto the side where you have the resistor, and then connect the brake wire onto the other side without the resistor. What the 2 diodes will do is isolate the 2 connections you have on the car's parking light and brake light so they do not short out. And with the resistor on the parking light side, you'll reduce the voltage going to the LED, giving you the dim mode. And the resistor I'm using right now is a 220 ohm resistor. The diode that I'm using here is a 1N4002 diode. So let me connect up the parking light. So this is the dim mode. And now if I connect this to the other side for the brake, you'll see it go brighter. As you can see, there are no seals around this area, so water can't get in. Here's the circuit board with the LED chips on it. The next thing we're going to work on is installing this lens onto the front side of this housing. And we need to seal this so water won't get in. To do that, we're going to use this 100% clear silicone. And we'll let this dry. I'm also going to put a bead of silicone around this edge and then close this up. Don't forget to seal the hole at the back where the wire comes out. Don't forget to test it and make sure it still works. And it does. And here's a look at the brake light after the silicone has dried. And if you look at the back, I've installed a custom aluminum bracket. This is going to fit into my trailer hitch that's on my Nissan Pathfinder. And I did have to modify a few things. I cut off the ears on the side right here where it originally had the hinge for the metal bracket. And then I drilled 2 holes to install these screws to secure this bracket onto the brake light. If you look on the front surface here, it's nice and shiny now. I put 3 coats of clear coat on it. The next step is to drill the 2 holes on the side here where the locking pin would go through the trailer hitch. Here you're looking at a parking light brake light controller box that I already have from a previous install. Inside the box is exactly the same circuitry that I showed you earlier, where there are 2 diodes and a resistor. So with that information, you can easily build your own controller box. So on the input side of this controller box, we have 3 wires going to the factory harness, and the 3 wires we'll need is ground, parking light, and brake light. So I'm tapping it onto the 7443 light bulb socket on this factory harness. The green wire is your brake light, the white wire is your parking light, and the black wire is a ground. Next, I'm going to run this wire from the controller box down over to the bumper. Here's a wire that I ran from the tail light, and I put a Molex connector on the end right here. So I'm going to run this wire along the bottom edge right here over to the tow hitch. I'm going to route the wire behind the bumper right here. To secure this brake light onto the tow hitch, I'm actually going to use a bolt and nut right here. This one is a nylon locking nut. Connect the 2 connectors. Right now you're looking at the parking light. Now I'll apply the brake and you'll see it go brighter. Well, I really like the way it turned out. I think it looks pretty good. Because the build quality of these F1 style brake lights is not the greatest, you do have to do some work to it to make sure it's waterproof. And these F1 style brake light is not expensive at all. So if you want to do this mod on your vehicle, you can pick one up and try it out. The light on its own does not require the parking light, brake light module that I installed in this video. It does have its own strobe mode, constant mode. So if you were to connect it directly onto your brake light, then it'll work like a brake light. When you step on a brake, it'll come on. Now I'll include the link for this product in the description below. If you have any questions or comments, leave one in the comment section. And don't forget to click on thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.